This is a video on how I do a scarf out of this yarn. There's a pattern out there that I followed that you can get for free when you buy this yarn, and I didn't really like the pattern because when I did it, it ended up showing like all of one of these colors on one side of the scarf, and then the other two colors on the other side. And so I came up with my own way of making a scarf, but you have to end up using 2 skeins of this yarn instead of 1 like the other pattern. So this is just a quick video showing you how I do it. Of course, you start out the same way as you do on the other one, where you measure out a couple of inches from the edge of it to cast on. I usually leave about this much, and when you're casting on, start from the back, and you use this edge instead of the edge that's got the little bit thicker place on it. So I cast on 10, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alright, and then you're going to turn this around. Actually, I need to flip my yarn over to that side. Alrighty. Alright, with mine, I knit 2 stitches together every other stitch, so well, actually every stitch, actually. So you have to add a stitch to keep with having 10 stitches across each time. So I just this is the same stitch that's on there, so you have to skip that one. But you just add 1 on there, and then I knit 2 together, so I've got 2 of these. So you go up underneath them, both of them, and then you add a stitch on there and knit it through. Okay, and then you add a stitch there, and then take 2 more stitches, those are 2, and you knit them together. I guess I said adding on the other one, but you're not really adding, you're just knitting 2 together. And then now I'm actually adding a stitch and knitting those 2 together. So and then you add 1, and then they tend to get together anyway, so you want to knit those together, and then add 1, and then knit 2 together, and you should end up with 10 stitches still on here again. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if you're like me, I had a lot of problems with this, and especially when I first started out. So it's really important to make sure you always have 10 on there. The reason I did mine this way, besides making sure it mixed the colors together more instead of ending up with 1 color on one side, is you end up having more ruffles in it doing it this way. And the people I was making my scarves for wanted skinny, ruffly scarves that were really long, so it just worked out better for the way that people were wanting the scarves that I was making. So if you want a long, skinny, real ruffly type scarf, this is the way that I did it to get that effect. You can always just do one skein of yarn and do it the way the other patterns tell you to, if you want to do it that way. I'm going to do one more row just to show how to do it again. I don't know if I showed it really well the first time. So you want to add one, and then knit two together, okay, and then add one, up under there, and unwinding this so it won't get all raveled up is kind of hard. Okay, knit two together, and then add one, and knit two together, oh, I didn't go quite underneath there. I went too far down. Okay, that's another thing to watch for. Okay, now add another one, and knit two together. And add one, knit two together. That should give you 10 more. And turn that around. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Alright. And then my way of when you get the other skein is I like to sew the new and the old skein together, and I like to sew in my ends just together. Just pick some string that's really close to it and just sew it up in there and cut off the extra. Alright, that's the way I do it.